Hello everybody, welcome back to Enter with Gungeon with me Flick. This episode is dedicated to Garlock Thornbolt, the final boss of life, but also thank you very much for your support on Patreon. And it is going to be, as I said last time, Inside Baseball episode to distract me from my general complaints about the supply drop update. The subject specifically, no, it's not specific, it's going to be somewhat vague, even more so than usual when I set out a topic I want to talk about, is the subject of... Alrighty. I know I can steal from shops with the decoy. Stealing is wrong. No thank you. The subject I wanted to talk about is, in general, commentary. Be it video commentary, live commentary, you know, the general subject of talking while playing games. Although it doesn't actually need to apply to gaming either, just general commentary. Although it is going to massively be about the gaming side, because if you're doing like non-gaming videos, chances are your commentary is going to be much more naturally focused. Like if you were doing a video on top 10 worst car crashes, you don't need to worry too much about your commentary because you've got a very, very focused topic in mind, whereas if you're just playing a game, you can talk about the game for a certain degree, but sooner or later your mind's going to wander, or you're going to have to fill a blank. In general, you're just going to have to talk about something else to help bridge a gap the game has naturally. Like the best example I can give is offhand, say when you're playing Dark Souls cooperatively, the co-op in Dark Souls is finicky to, you know, be polite. So there's a lot of dead space and downtime when trying to find your friend's summon signs. So that's the perfect opportunity where you can't really talk about the game unless you're just complaining about the co-op that doesn't work very well. That's the perfect opportunity for you to flex commentary muscles and think of something to fill the gap. So that's what I'm talking about, and that does not come naturally. I don't think it honestly comes naturally to anyone. You can be naturally good at something, like music or whatever. Some people have, this is a very British expression, but the gift of the gab. That means you're a good talker, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're an entertaining talker or a focused talker, or that you're cut out for doing it either in front of a live audience or, you know, a fairly large not live audience. And I guess I should also put out just a general disclaimer that I'm not claiming to be fantastic at commentary. I have a very particular style that I like. It's obviously not going to be everyone's cup of tea. So if you're listening to this thinking, why on earth would I listen to you about commentary, you're terrible at it, then obviously this isn't going to be for you. But keep in mind that whether you want it to be or not, generally the personality that comes across when you commentate on a video is probably a heightened version of reality. Now, I'm not saying you should deliberately go out of your way to, like, play up to your personality quirks, just that they'll happen naturally. Like, if someone picks up that I particularly like sarcasm, and people respond well to that, I'll play into the sarcasm now and then. Or I'll play along with a bad joke, because it adds to the humour. The perfect example really is Felix, whatever his name is, PewDiePie. He is not like that in his day-to-day life. He has found a persona, or he has amplified his own persona to a degree where he appeals to a certain demographic. I'm not decrying it, but it's usually, you know, people on the younger side. They find the screaming and the constant swearing funny. There's nothing wrong with that. He is playing a part, he has garnered an audience that likes him being that person. I would assume, but I don't know for sure, that people who have stuck around my content for longer than, like, you know, a little bit, do so because they either like my wit, they like my occasional humour, they like my occasional stories, or they just like my general sort of mature approach to gaming. And again, I don't mean that in a mature versus childish. I mean, I don't swear, I don't scream. And there is a certain demographic that loves that kind of content, and there's also a certain demographic that hates it with a passion. I'm amongst that. I have a commentary style that I would listen to. I don't mind sarcastic commentary. I don't mind commentary that isn't a joke a second or swearing every second. Like I've said it before in these Inside Baseball episodes, I feel like you will eventually get the audience that you deserve based on the persona you put across. And I don't mean persona again as a negative where I'm saying, oh, you're just acting. No, it happens just by itself. You can't help but become almost a caricature of yourself. This is better than Molotov. It just is. We're going to take it. So I don't... the advice I want to come across here is not, hey, you want to make videos, you want to commentate videos, decide what your persona is before you get started. No, that is absolutely 100% not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you will develop a style and you will become more at home with your style the more you do it. Go back and watch the first videos where I started using my microphone. Go back and listen to how god-awful I am at commentary. It's worth doing. Go back or pick a YouTuber you've watched longer than me, that you've watched for years and that has been around for years. Go back and watch their first videos. They'll be terrible. Everyone's terrible when they start. You have to get used to it. You have to get used to talking to yourself like you're talking to a room full of people. That's not easy. Case in point, go back and watch, like, I did a few Minecraft videos a long time ago, just playing it with some friends. Or I think the very first videos I used voice in was like DC Universe Online. Go back and look for those and just listen to how bad I am. And the reason I only ever started using my microphone with friends was because I was shy and anxious of doing it alone. I've mentioned before, I worried that people wouldn't understand my accent. I understand now that that was stupid, but maybe that was just me making an excuse to never have to use a microphone. You know, get around it by saying, oh, I would, but you know, my accent is pretty strong. People won't understand a word I'm saying. So, if you know another YouTuber, go back and watch their first videos where they used a microphone. You're not really listening for sound quality because when everybody started out, especially they started out years ago, microphones aren't what they are today back then. The quality was not there even if you had money. So it's not really the sound quality I'm telling you to go back to listen to, it's the quality of the commentary or the lack thereof. You just have to get used to it. Another good example I remember mentioning in, I think I did a Q&A vlog once, and I said, go find the playlist that's for my list videos. I don't do many list videos. I've done like one every December almost, but that's it. But go back and watch the first one of those compared to the most recent and just listen to the difference. Not just in sound quality, but again, the commentary. And it's sometimes, like, I would say the biggest fear, I suppose, when you're doing a video by yourself as a commentator, especially if you're doing it in the gaming space, is running out of things to talk about. And it happens. It happens to me now, and I've been doing this for 8 years. Every so often you'll get into a malaise where you just have nothing to talk about. Nothing, and the game's offering you nothing. Like, I understand that a big part of my humour is I like reacting to things the game gives me. You know, it gives me fodder to make fun of or to observe in a humorous fashion. That's a big part of my humour, so if the game's giving me nothing to work with, it becomes hard to think of something to talk about. And that's usually the time you want a backup story to talk about. A funny anecdote. Something like that. But again, that doesn't come naturally. Like right now, say I got 3/4 way through the room in Gungeon. A room in Gungeon. It was a big one with lots of waves. There's only so many times you can say, well, yep, that's another wave spawned of enemies. We're going to have to fight this wave of enemies, and then we might get some sales, and then, you know, we might be able to afford something from the shop. That's not exactly gripping commentary, but I'm still not saying that silence is better. There is that expression, it's better to be thoughtful and say nothing than open your mouth and remove all doubt. That commentary is kind of the opposite of that. For a lot of different reasons. If you say something that's incorrect in your commentary, technically a good thing because chances are, you know, YouTube comments love to correct you. So if you say something ever so slightly wrong, you can guarantee you'll get a few comments, and that helps you with engagement. We'll probably use this now to clear the floor. It's longer range than the shotgun. Oh, right, that was my last key. Also, what's with all the brown chests? So advice for when you're starting out. When you're starting out, and again, I mean no offense, you're not going to get many views, if any. It's the perfect opportunity, as I've said before. to make your mistakes and learn from them. Don't delete your old stuff. It's important to have it. It's important to remember where you were and where you get to. But yeah, use the time where you're not getting many views or many, you know, views on YouTube or live viewers if you're on Twitch. Use that time to get better. Don't go out of your way to buy a joke book and read from that every second. Unless, of course, part of your persona is, say, making bad puns. And you make it a thing that the audience is in on the joke where, oh, I'm going to open up my pun book now and I'm going to read from page whatever of whatever book it is. You know, that kind of thing is fine. If you can let the audience in on the joke, even if it's a bad joke, they'll enjoy being part of it. That's harder to do. Bugger, I knew that was going to hit me as well. That's harder to do if you're not live. Oh, sorry, if you're not live. Said it right the first time. Because then you don't get to hear the reaction to the punchline. That's okay. Some people don't want jokes. Some people just like a voice to listen to, and that's perfectly acceptable. A lot of people have YouTube as their source of entertainment, not because they want to be laughing their sides out. Laughing their sides out? There's a saying in there about, you know, your sides hurt when you laugh, and I thought, how can I turn that into a turn of phrase? And I failed miserably. But that's now given me something to talk about while I clear this room. Yeah, people are not looking for a laugh a minute necessarily. Not if you've garnered an audience that's on the older side. The younger side probably are looking for that. But maybe they just like a voice in the background. And I know that makes it sound kind of sad, but I don't mean it that way. Like, I use YouTube and Twitch as just background noise while I'm doing the work that doesn't involve me talking. You know, answering emails, trying out indie games, doing thumbnail creation, which I can't stand. It's just nice to have that little voice in the background. People tell me all the time that they're watching my videos or watching the stream half and half while they're studying. Just because they like having, not a distraction, not someone screaming at them or swearing, but just a nice voice in the background just to ever so often distract them from the monotony of exams, of life. So, again, this is unfocused as advice, but it's more like it's cautionary. Don't go out of your way to create a persona. Let it happen naturally. Play into your persona once it's there, for sure. Like, say you generate the persona of, or, you know, people just kind of pick up on that you're a bit of a miserable git. I have those moments as well. You can sometimes play into it. Make the joke about yourself being that way. You have to be able to laugh at yourself. Like recently I made a custom Quiplash pack. A lot of the prompts that involve me are a chance to roast me. It's a chance to, you know, get one in. But it's all in good fun. But you can't think of anything to talk about, and you're not playing into Persona, and you don't have a go-to. How do you get around that? Sometimes you just have to embrace the fact that you can't think of anything. Make the fact you can't think of anything to talk about the thing you talk about. Say you've got a by the numbers run of Gungeon or Isaac, or, you know, you're playing a match of Overwatch, but bugger all is happening. It's just very standard. Talk about the fact that it's standard. Explore why that is. It's waffling. I don't know if that's probably a very British term as well. Do you know what waffling is? Waffling is talking without saying anything. It's a good way to fill space, or kind of like, you know, when there's intense moment. Oh, I got stuck on the table. When there's intense moments going on in the game, you don't want there to be dead space. Like, for instance, when you're fighting a boss in Gungeon, a lot of your brain power has to be on dodging. It has to be. So you let your waffling side of your brain take over, where you're yammering. You're not saying anything. Are you catching on that I'm doing it right now, incidentally? You're not saying anything, but it sounds like you are. It's just, there's noise. Noise is better than silence if you're trying to produce an entertainment thing, I feel. We are going to buy the M1 because I love it, but I'm just debating whether I want Itchy. I think I do, yeah. I don't know where I got so much money from, but both those options are better than opening up a brown chest, so why not? Oh, right, okay. Again, I am not the authority on this is the best style of commentary, because there's no such thing as the best style of commentary. There is best practices to get better at it, though. And that's the thing I really want to hammer home. You don't start good. You start bad. You just do. You've got to practice, and the only way to practice is just to do it. I would definitely recommend be with friends to start with. Why? Because you're more likely to shoot the shit with friends than you are by yourself. Carrying a conversation by yourself is the hardest part. But if you're with your friends, chances are you're used to all like taking the piss normally. Ah, that was unfortunate. Might as well just hold on to the blanks now. So again, that's why when I started eventually using a mic, it was only ever with other people in the call as well. Part of that is also because I feel like I'm probably on my game the most if I have someone to talk to, because I can react to what they're saying. That was terrible. But again, it doesn't matter because he's dead. Eventually it is important to get comfortable enough to do it by yourself as well, but yeah, start with friends. Oh, that's an all stats up, right? Did I lose HP when I picked that up? It doesn't actually tell you what it does. I know it makes the pea shooter like super powerful. Let's assume we're doing more damage. I don't know. Can I afford this? I can. We're going to go open up the blue chest. We'll shoot the brown one. So yeah. Get more comfortable by talking with friends, but it's important not to rely on that. Why is it... That's a balloon gun. Balloon gun, hot air. No, it's not wrong. Alright, we'll try this on the next floor. It's important not to only do conversations with your friends. Why? Because they're not always going to be available. They're not always going to be around, probably. And it's an easy crutch to be your friends. But also, it's not inclusive for the audience. If you're making a bunch of in-jokes with your friends and say they're new, they're not going to get what you're talking about. Are we going to get the little follower man? No, we do not. So yeah, get used to commentary with people. But eventually you've got to start branching out. When you do branch out, I would say pick something that you're very comfortable with. Like, I think one of the first solo series I ever did... Oh, we found the secret room. What am I doing? One of the first series I ever did solo with a microphone was Rogue Legacy. I was comfortable with that because it wasn't the first roguelike I'd ever played. I knew the general progress, you know, live, die, repeat, unlock stuff, make yourself stronger, get a bit further next time. I could talk about that as I was playing. It seems pretty good, actually. Probably too good for this floor. Let's go back to... And I don't think my commentary was particularly great back then either, because again, I was still learning. That said, you know, I'm glad I never deleted them, because I believe Gurningel said the series that first introduced him to my channel was Rogue Legacy. Eventually, you know, it was Monster Hunter that got us talking. But it was Rogue Legacy that made him find my channel. So, you know, good things can come from... Oh, you need to go. From while you're still learning to do something. Ooh. Now, on the subject of L, and again, I don't mean to run a bus over him. I was talking to my sister. My sister likes grinning L. She reminds him of Butters, and I mean that in a complimentary fashion. Butters from South Park, if you aren't aware. She likes him. And we were out for lunch. We had met up for lunch, and she mentioned to me that she saw the guest episode of Isaac that Elle did for me while I was ill. And she was kind of mentioning it to me like, oh yeah, I saw that episode that Elle did for you. And then she paused, and she went, he's not as funny by himself. And she's not insulting you, Elle, if you hear this, I swear. What she means is, you know, she sees you like Butters. She likes when you're hyper, or when you're losing control, or when you're in pain because someone's made you hiccup too much. That's what she likes about your personality. That's not necessarily who you are, but that's the part she likes. So when you're by yourself, you're calmer, for the most part. And that doesn't happen. And I'm not saying that you should definitely change your style to accommodate that. Oh, hello, Healy ladies. I'm just pointing out his commentary style is different when he's either doing it live or with other people to when he's doing a solo video of a roguelike by himself. Yes, quite. So, maybe there's people who prefer my style when I'm with other people only as well. I wouldn't be surprised. I tend to be more witty when I'm with other people, less observational about the game itself. Although that said, I feel like I get less salty at Overwatch if I'm by myself, because I know that I'm having to carry the conversation by myself, so I try and talk about anything except how annoyed at the game I am. That might not come across, I don't know. But yeah, there'll be people who don't like my solo stuff. And again, I mean no offence with anything I'm mentioning, so please don't take offence. I also just found it funny that she thought that. And she's still learning to be a YouTuber as well. I don't watch my sister's videos because they're about nails and I have no interest in nails. But she's still learning too. Now, if she did videos about her derpy husky, those I would watch, because her derpy husky is hilarious. Just, you know, just a little bit special. Just a little bit special, that dog. I say as Maya comes in, hops onto my bed, lies down on my pillows, and stares at me like, what? What? This is my bed. You're incorrect, Maya. It is my bed. Oh, this shouldn't set them on fire. Yeah, okay. Definitely kill him then. I got slightly off topic there, but no, I just found it amusing that she said that. But that is a good example of, again, this is a recurring subject with Inside Baseball episodes. No matter what you do, no matter how you improve, no matter how fantastic you get, you will never, ever please everyone. It is impossible. You just won't. Hell, if you were the best at everything, people would be pissed off at you just because you're the best at everything. So again, there's no escaping it. Shades revolver. Yes, okay, that's fine. We might as well use this, I suppose. So to go back to commentary rather than just grinning out over the coal a little bit. Hang on, I need to explode a thing. I think I've covered most of what I wanted to talk about. There's no set answer, but I know that it'll be a sticking point for a lot of people trying to get started. It's like carrying a conversation by yourself, knowing that eventually hundreds of people might, or thousands, depending on how well you do, might eventually hear it. And I don't set out a script. I know some YouTubers like to script what they're saying, and that's fine. I am not saying that's a bad thing. But yeah, that's much more likely. Oh damn! Much more likely in focused content, more so than just a general let's play. Let's say, especially if it's a roguelike. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. If that makes you more comfortable to not necessarily script every single thing you're going to say if you are just doing a general playthrough, but more so keep a little notepad of stuff you want to talk about. Like, say you're just randomly doing nothing, you suddenly remember, oh, that's quite a funny story. That may be something worth telling in a video. Take a note to yourself. Comedians take notes, talking points. They don't, again, script every single word they're going to say necessarily, but they'll remind themselves of anecdotes. There's nothing wrong with doing that for videos as well. That is not my personal style. That doesn't mean it's wrong. And that applies just for general talking points as well. You don't have to set out to be funny. I guess that's the other topic that I kind of wanted to branch into with commentary. Good commentary does not necessarily mean funny. It might, I suppose, always mean entertaining, at least in some fashion. A potion of gun friendship is better, I feel. But entertaining to some people might mean informative. So don't think you have to be telling jokes or telling stupid observations or anything like that. You don't have to. That means you'll garner an audience which isn't looking to be laughing every so often. They'll be looking to be informed. Oh, we got the new boss finally in a pre-recorded run. Almost. Oh, I'm getting better at dodging that attack. You have to keep on moving with the shots. That's the trick to it. Alright, we'll forgo talking more about commentary for a second, because again, this is the new boss. I'm not used to... I didn't take damage there. I'm not used to fighting him. I need to learn his attacks better. This is the attack where you don't want to dodge roll, you have to learn to just dodge. Yeah, that's how you dodge that one. You have to walk with it. Yeah, that's the... If you want a random bit of advice about this boss, don't dodge roll. Most of it's apart from these attacks. All his bullet attacks are ones you want to walk through. This pox cannon is bloody great against boss. I've never seen this attack. Is he a real one? Or do I have to kill the bells? I've never seen him do this. Oh, he's back. Okay. Hello. That's probably the best fight I've had against the Mind Flayer yet. And I still got hit twice, I think. So, you know, I'm still learning him. The Void Shotgun isn't that great. We didn't find the secret room. So that was case in point. I wanted to concentrate on fighting the boss because I'm still learning him. So I didn't really want to keep on talking about a subject where I have to commit my brain to what I'm saying. So I was waffling a little bit during that fight. It was like, I need to fill this space. What do I fill this space with? Oh, how about advice for fighting this boss because he's new? What advice can I give him? Still learning him. Just talk about what you're learning as you go. People might find it useful. That's the process that went into that. Now if it's a boss that I've fought like a billion times before, it's harder to think of random stuff to talk about. These actually heat seek a little bit. It reminds me of Airman. What's his name? Airman from Mega Man 2? You've got to go. You've got to go. With Gungeon it is hard. The rooms and the bosses last so long, and if it's a boss you've fought a billion times before, I'm with you there. If you also play Gungeon and you're trying to do videos of it, I am with you 100%. It's sometimes hard to talk about stuff when it's a boss you fought tons, but you've got no damage. Alright. Alright. We'll just be moving on. The rat is getting a lot of items this run. Like, a lot. It's not a good thing. Nope. We'll just let them kill themselves. Oh, pushing the veteran is always fun. Don't do that in real life, though. They'll complain. Although we are at... Oh! That's interesting. Now there's something I didn't notice because I was too busy waffling. When you're using the balloon gun, you count as flying. This is a really good gun. I wonder if it'll still make you fly even if it's out of ammo. Because then you've just got like a flying item you can equip whenever you like. Yeah, I feel... Oh, damn it. Nope, it disappears entirely. I feel like I probably covered about everything I can think of to talk about with regards to commentary. There wasn't really much in there. Some of it was anecdotal, or most of it was anecdotal. If you're very uncomfortable with it, be with friends to start with. Don't rely on that long term though. If you want to get better, you've just got to do it. I could have summed this all up with one sentence if I wanted to, but hey, you know, sometimes you want to waffle to distract yourself from what you're doing. Wink wink. And we kind of lasted as long as an inside baseball discussion usually does. Floor 3 sounds about right to me. No, I wanted the M1. I also want him to go. Very nasty room. So now that I've discussed my topic of conversation for the episode, commentary is going to be a bit more erratic. I can smell that my dog is waging biological warfare on me, but I don't know if I really want to bring that up as a topic of discussion. But it is something that's on my mind right now and distracting me terribly. Swing and a miss. This is not going to last much longer than this floor, unfortunately. But at least we got our damage back. We have no keys, we have enough for one key. She didn't even turn to look at me, she's just lying there like, yeah, I'll just fart and not acknowledge it. Potion of Gun Friendship restores fast enough that I should be using it more often than I am. Also, the M1 is lovely. This is one of those rooms that's a bit on the long side. Oh yeah, killed another enemy. We are going to have a problem with what we're going to use to clear rooms on floor 5, assuming we're not fighting the High Priest on this floor, in which case the run will probably end there anyway. Oh. Looks like the other item room is right through there as well. We have but one way to go. The green chest is obviously good, but we have had so many brown chests that I kind of want to hold off for the other one because it might actually be good for a change. Oops. Try not to get stuck on the wall. Zombies, that calls for Voidcore. Actually, I still have Son off at me, yeah. We still have the Pox Cannon. It's still got enough ammo in it that I can kill one more boss, I would say. It's surprisingly effective against all of them, apparently. Might as well just use up this, because if there's a gun launcher I can get rid of it. That's right, I'm hitting you with some wet fish. M1. Wow, it increases knockback, that's for damn sure. Oh, I just realised why the Pox Cannon is still doing good damage even on this floor, because we've got the bloody broccoli, so that's what's making it do more damage. The balloon gun is really, really good, though. I think the balloon gun over the M1 for ammo. I still need to give more ammo to the Pox Cannon, though, eventually. Oh, right, so balloon gun. Ner, obvious puzzle. I like the balloon gun. Zombies first. No, zombies first mean shotgun first. Oh, you've got to go. And you're going to teleport near me, thank you very much. More zombies? No, we're done. The shop, boss, and door to the other item room are all in this direction because it's an entirely linear floor so far. Well, apart from the offshoot that led to the first item room. Gun game. No, I can't fly because I'd have to have his gun equipped. I'll think about it. I probably want a key from the shop more than that. Might still have enough left after that. And there goes the M1. Void core. I'd rather have the balloon gun for the final floor because it's good. Yep. Void core isn't terrible. It's better than the sawn-off, but so is most things. More ammo. That one, I feel like I've got to go to Pox Cannon because I'll probably have to use it on Dragon as well if we get that far. That's going to lead to the other item room. Hopefully not one that's going to explode. Nice. Zombies. Sawn off it is. I love shooting zombies with a shotgun. Oh, that could go to the M1, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. We'll give that to M1. It's just a shame because M1 has such a low ammo capacity. Screw your teleporting bullshit. It is accurate, I'll give it that, but 100 bullets ain't nothing. Oh, that's terrible. Get out of here. He still got away with the summon even though I killed him. That's impressive. Full clip isn't enough to kill you? Clip and a half? Christ. I think this might also be the very first convict run where I've never used Molotov once. I know we don't have it right now, but usually you'd use it once before you lose it. It is also a green chest. 2 green chests. If I did well on gun game, I could wrestle myself a red one or a black one if we perfected it, but I doubt that's going to be a thing that happens. There's our shop. 2 keys. one key. And the RPG. Well, if we buy the one key, that means we have enough to... Well, we probably will have enough to play gun game after the boss, assuming the boss is right here. And it's probably the wall as well. Yeah, it's probably the wall. Left is best. It is kinda. We might get a key from the boss if we live, so I guess we should try and see. It should be the wall. It is, okay. Oh, Maya, why are you jumping off the bed? Are you startled by something? Is that the door? Hang on. Yeah, she's barking. I don't hear the door. I think she's just perturbed by something. Poison doesn't actually seem to be doing that much against this guy. It's okay, I guess. I don't like the flashing plus the green. Ah, shit. That was a terrible... Well, she's definitely barking at something. That was a terrible dodge. Oh, of course, diminishing returns, though. The later we get, the more bosses either resist damage or just have more HP than they used to. Thanks, supply drop. 2 armor covers our losses there, and we get charge shot. I still don't remember. I remember asking when I was playing this live once. Chat, what is this for? Is it for bosses? Is it for rooms? Although our first room clear, we're probably not going to use Alien Engine because I'll take too much damage. Alright, we actually kind of needed that, that's fine. And I guess if we have enough money, I'll play gun game just for the chance that, even if it's a blue chest, even if it's a brown chest, it's something. 38. God damn it. Well, fine. We'll use M1 to start with, then we'll use balloon gun, pox cannon for the boss if we get to dragon. It doesn't have the legs to go further than that. We're too fragile. We don't have enough good guns, especially if the Lich is now harder to kill. Oh look, it's one of these rooms. With a second wave, of course. How's Pox Cannon doing? That's enough to live or die to Dragon. Guess we'll just take it for this and make it last a bit longer. Alright, for this room we use Balloon Gun. And say ha 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 ha. Christ, it takes a lot. Set yourself on fire. Extinguish thyself now. We might be able to afford like 1 heart from the forge if we find that before the boss. Nope, I hate the blue flames. Oh, a hammer is part of wave 2. Goody. Not the end of the room. Christ, it's not giving us easy rooms. That's very annoying. Absorbed those shots but didn't bounce them back. Little thwomp. Another goddamn hammer. We got through it. We're almost out of ammo for the M1 again. Oh, why must you unleash these hells upon me? Yeah! Don't even know where those came from. Oh, now I do. Whoops. Yeah, this is probably the worst room you can get in the forge. Other than the puzzle version of the hammers. It's not really fair. Where's the bloody enemies? Dear Christ. Unless we got our damage back. That was a big room with like, what, 3 enemies? Must have been feeling sorry for me. Screw you. Especially screw you. You made me unleash the balloon gun. You have brought this upon yourself. It bounces back enemies every time it touches them as well. Nope, no storybook for you, you cheating pile of shit. I don't know why we got a green chest. Don't have a key though. Oh look, another green chest. Alright. We actually got a gold shell casing there, so we definitely can afford something from the forge if we find it. Yeah, balloon gun is still my go-to here. It's clearing rooms super easily. It isn't normal for the forge to have more than a key at best. Oh, we found dragon though. I kind of want to try and find the forge because we have enough money to buy stuff. We might need the armor for dragon anyway. Found the other item room. Whoa, I just sent death across the stage. If I run out of ammo before for this gun, I mean, before I find the forge, then we'll probably just say, nah, let's just do dragon. Well, the heart being there is handy. Forge? Not forge, at least not yet. It's a perfect stop. Oh no, I'm out of ammo for it. Piss off, veteran. Forge this time? It could be. It's my best room clear now. Maybe charge shotgun. Screw you. I'm all in now. We're finding the forge whether the game likes it or not. There's the bloody summoner. There he is. Goodbye. Killing the summoner who actually successfully summons a gold skeleton makes the skeleton go down to its killable state, if you aren't aware. Two shots to kill a sniper does not a good weapon make, in my mind. Well, this led us to the other item room, but not to the forge. Which means there can only be one place it is, but I'm going back for this half heart first. Has to be through there. Not necessarily immediately, but in general. Oh, good. Oh, crap. You have too much HP. Bored now. Goodbye. Thank you for covering the damage at least. Gotta be the forge. There we are. Red gun, commando. Aha, I have 149. I can afford a key and the commando. Which is what we're going to do. Because I feel like it. Oh, this is a special room. I probably should have noticed that first. Okay, well. Purple gun is new, but I don't think it's a boss killer. I mean, just look at it. It's a pistol, for goodness sake. I'm going to buy the HP for the key because we got the commando, so I have a boss weapon. Well, I have two. I have the pox cannon as well. Commando will obviously open with. We'll go shoot our chests. Commando plus Potion of Gun Friendship should mean that we get significant damage done. Needed the heart, thank you very much. It's a shame that we're having to destroy 3 green chests, but, you know, it's the way it goes sometimes. I'll use a key when I damn well please. Alright, 2 blanks. Let's do it. Basically, it's just a roll of the dice how often he does his bullshit knives attack. That will decide whether we win or lose. And that's it. It feels like the commando is firing faster. Is that because of the potion? Yeah, it's firing slower again now. It's also entirely out of ammo. Now, he cannot be poisoned, so does that mean this isn't the best option? Well, actually, with Potion of Gun Friendship, we can kill the knives pretty quick. Wait, the other knife didn't get thrown? Oh, I must have blanked it at perfect time. Getting up in his business with the alien engine might have worked. If we had heavy boots from like the previous run, that would kick his ass. Oh look, he's doing his knife attack again. He's close enough that we can focus him down now. Hell, maybe the tactic is make sure he has a knife remaining, because then he won't do it again while there's one still alive, and you can stay far away from it. Yeah, get wrecked. Alien engine for the heart, maybe? What else do we have? God, we've got nothing. We had exactly enough. But that wasn't the point of this run. The point of this run was to yammer on for like half an hour about the subject of commentary on YouTube or Twitch. If you managed to get some useful advice from it, you weren't listening close enough. I don't know if that's really the optimal way to do that, but whatever. We're not going to lose. So just bung in a clip of that, and then you want to go like that. Oh, yeah, I guess it was. No. Alright, let's go see if Dave is back so we can buy some more unlocks, although the supply drop update didn't add that many, so I imagine we're almost done. Speaking of which, I should check on the Frightful Challenge. I don't remember how close we are to doing it. Broccoli probably carried that. Well, no, Broccoli plus the Potion of Gun Friendship carried that. Had we just had the potion, it wouldn't have been less in the bag. Had we just had the broccoli, it probably wouldn't have been as in the bag. The Gungeon remains. Get out of here. Go. Go. Yeah, we had a good array of stuff there. Ignored the junk, obviously. Oh, he is back. Magic bullets. Alright. Hyper Light Blaster. So that's a reference to Hyper Light Drifter. Not sure what that means it's going to do because I haven't played it, but that's what it's a reference to. Nine more shambling rounds. I still can't remember what shambling rounds are, but we need 9 more, so that's good. Hope you enjoyed this Inside Baseball episode of Gungeon. I shall see you again soon. Ta-da for now.